Okay, hi, this is Amber, and I'm here to give the final screencast for Hungry College Kids. I can't really believe it's the end, but I'm really excited to kind of give the final overview of my site. It's been quite a journey making it. So, just in general, the hungrycollegekids.com is a place for, well, the target audience obviously is college students, but really anyone can interact on the website. It's not like it's super limited, but it's just to have kind of a more specific audience. But it's a place for people to post their recipes, food fails, which is like times when you attempted to make a recipe and it didn't exactly work out, and reviews of recipes all in one place. So it kind of is like an extra resource for college students who are just looking to make like a quick meal or a dorm-friendly meal, something like that. There's a lot of recipes websites out there, and there's Pinterest now, but this is just kind of like a one-stop shop for students that know that they can find something here when they're in a rush or something like that. As you can see, the welcome page has changed a little bit mostly because I'm still kind of figuring out how exactly the submissions are going. So this is just a brief explanation of the site and just what it's about pretty much. As far as the major functions of the site, I have employed the use of forms in order to submit your recipes, food fails, and reviews. So the forms are really simple and easy to use. You just fill in the information, submit it, and it goes to me, and then I have been just putting the submissions right under the actual submission form box. But in the future, I would like a way to kind of have this part be the main post, the actual submission box, and then have a separate post that you could comment on. So you would be commenting on the actual recipe that you wanted to be talking about, rather than say when there's more than one recipe, like in the dessert section, there's a couple. So so instead of commenting in general just on all the dessert recipes that we have on the website, I feel like it would be better if you could just comment on one. So that's definitely something I'm going to change in the future. But just to give an example of how this whole submission thing works, just a quick run through. Here's one that I already put in all the information, so the name and everything. Just a quick hint, I haven't made these super recently, so I don't always take pictures of things that I make. So especially when I'm just putting these in from previous times. But then you just hit submit, and it just gives you this, and then it just takes you back to the dinner page where I have one other recipe on there. So the thing about it was I used to be able to go into categories and kind of go from there because they all used to be on the home page, but now they're not anymore. So that kind of changed the way that worked, and I would like to get the categories back, and so that's why I'm going to need to change a couple things. But as far as community interaction, it's pretty easy to say that there's kind of a lack of that. I haven't been too successful in getting people to post their own recipes. I mean, I have obviously been posting them, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm just going about it in the wrong way, but I just feel like I'll talk about this again at the end, but just in the future I need to push it more. But the live event was actually really helpful for me in terms of getting people to come to my site and getting people to interact with it and actually hit the submit button, someone other than me. So for my live event, just really fast, I made a bunch of recipes from the site, 5 different recipes, and people came and sampled them and then wrote a review. So here is just all of the reviews kind of aggregated in the same place. So clearly, I got a lot of responses and a lot of really positive feedback from the people that came to the event. I just want some of those people to actually come back to the site, revisit it, and post their own recipes. And actually one person has. So for me, that's a success because I've recruited at least one person to post their recipe, but obviously I'm looking for more. And once originally a couple people had posted comments after the live event on some of the recipes, but that was when the recipes were all on this homepage, and they're not anymore. Like, see, the one that I just submitted went to the homepage, so I'll obviously end up moving it over to where it's supposed to be, but people were commenting on those, but since I deleted them all, I lost the comments, but most of the comments were just like, oh, this was really good, like, you know, one of them was like for the chicken, it was like, you should marinate this in the sauces instead of just putting it on. So, I mean, they were offering little tips, but I unfortunately didn't get to keep those. As far as the process I've been through to make the site, the critiques were really helpful. I got 3 different critiques, and the main thing that I got out of those was that I needed to change the theme. I needed to kind of clean up this sidebar, which I still think could use a little bit of cleaning up just because it's pretty long, and that I needed a better way to post content. And so that's how I came up with the forms. That took me a really long time to kind of figure out and get to work, and obviously it's still a struggle because this is a process that I don't think will ever end for me, is trying to figure out the best way. I also got from the critiques that I needed a little bit better navigation. So this has been updated and kind of condensed. Before it was like kind of awkward and it had like a dorm friendly section out here, and then I decided to consolidate it under recipes. So from the analytics, obviously I learned that not a lot of people have been engaging with my site. More people than I thought, kind of. But definitely after the live event, I got more views even like within the next couple days, so that was really helpful. I felt like maybe even if I did another one of those outside of class, and you know, I feel like that would be a really good way to draw people in because it worked last time. Because that's what I really do need, is a way to actually get people to be drawn in and interact with the site. And something that I've definitely learned from this whole process is that it's very difficult to get a community started from scratch. And so it's kind of what we're all trying to do here. And I know it's been a struggle for everyone. But as far as the future goes for my website, I definitely want to keep working on it because there's a lot of things that I would change and that I would like to incorporate. So one thing is definitely there's kind of a lack of media on the site, and I think that's because it's a lot easier to just post a recipe that you haven't made recently rather than, you know, post a recipe after you've just made it. So especially for us, if we're just trying to get some content up here, I know that then a lot of the times it's just it's a lot easier for us just to post it without actually making it. And I will be posting a couple pictures from the live event because I obviously made all the recipes off the site. So that'll be helpful, but I just think there's like kind of a lack of media. And then eventually, if I get the site to like really kind of grow, I'd like to do like little video tutorials, like where people could post videos of them making their things rather than just the images. I think videos are always a little bit more helpful and instructional. So that's definitely something that I'm interested in incorporating eventually. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention earlier that all of the recipes total, not just within categories, are on this same recipe page, so you can find them all here. But I also think there needs to be a mobile aspect of the site, whether it's getting some kind of plugin that makes a mobile-friendly page or something, because a lot of the times people aren't going to be dragging around their computers into the kitchen. So just to kind of access a wider audience and make it easier, definitely to have a mobile application or a mobile-friendly version of the site. Like I said, I want to find a new way to organize the posts. I think that right now what I have is like a really good foundation, but I think that I would really just like for there to be, and I don't know if this is just like something that I'm just coming up with in my head, but I like the way it is now, but I think that in order to build a real community and a real interaction-based thing, that there needs to be a way for people to like talk directly to each other. So right now you can comment on this and that's fine, but first of all, like the person that posted it isn't ever informed that you commented on it. And so there's no real interaction between the commenter and the poster. And also, like when there's more than one recipe, so like on the dessert page, there's more than one recipe. So how do you know which one you're really, you know what I mean? Like then you get to the comments and you're just trying to talk about the hamburger cookies when there's like three other recipes on here. And eventually when the site gets bigger, there's going to be more than 3. So that's just another thing that I would like to change in the future. I'm proud of what I've made here, and I think that as far as interaction goes, it has like true potential, but we just don't have the community behind it and kind of supporting it yet. So once that happens, I think it'll be a lot easier. But thank you, everyone, and Brad, for all the feedback throughout this process. It's been really fun and really interesting. So I hope you guys like it. Thanks.